Happy that I don't need to date women in Vietnam. And why am I saying this? This is the topic of today's video, since I'm currently in Vietnam, spending some time here. And actually it's a beautiful place. I'm in Da Nang in central Vietnam. I thought I'm gonna share some thoughts with you regarding dating Vietnamese women and Indonesian women. What do I mean with I am so happy that I don't have to date Vietnamese women? Because these are also the observations I want to share with you here. These are my personal observations, of course, and that's what I'm gonna do today. My dating experiences in Indonesia, you all know, I've done a lot of videos about that, and more videos are to come in the future. So I have, of course, also a great reference point now, since I've spent the past few months in Indonesia. So what is really apparent to me are the women here in Vietnam. What is the difference? I mean, in Indonesia, I can tell you straight away, or let's put it the other way. When I arrived in Vietnam, and I walk around with open eyes, I also, of course, observed the women here. It's totally different than in Indonesia, although there are some similarities. But in Indonesia, in general, the girls, the women, they look at you. Sometimes they even stare, especially when these girls are coming from the province. They sometimes smile at you. They are curious. You can tell from their body language. They sometimes even talk to you, but this happens very rarely. Sometimes even they want to take pictures with you. I've experienced that in Indonesia. And in general, you get this vibe that they have an open mind. They're open, they're curious. And even though they are shy and conservative, but this is the vibe you get when you walk around in Indonesia. Girls are interested, girls are open, they're curious, and they actually want to be in touch with you, because you are a foreigner. You are kind of a hot commodity, right? And this is the thing in Indonesia. Now here in Vietnam, it's the total opposite, actually. When you walk around here, nothing. The Viet girls, the Viet women, they're totally, this is what it seems, totally disinterested, cold, and they seem to ignore you. They don't even look at you. So this is what I mean, when I said I'm so happy that I don't need to date here in Vietnam. I don't know about the dating scene here. I've dated a Vietnamese woman before. I've done videos also about that, But I think the dating scene really sucks here, especially in Da Nang. But because I don't see much going on, I don't see any Vietnamese girls with some foreigners, nothing, Even you have a lot of foreigners here. The only girls who are around are like massage girls, hookers, prostitutes, bar girls and stuff like that. You can find them obviously online, they are not hanging around here. I mean, I'm not a nightlife guy anyway, so I don't know what's going on here during the evening hours or the nighttime hours. So maybe they hang around on the beach, but what do you want with a hooker, Anyway, I'm not here for dating, So I just observe and yeah, I don't know what's going on here in terms of dating. And as I said, you know, I dated Vietnamese women before. I've done videos about it. You can check them out. I think they're useful and interesting. It's just the contrast, you know, the contrast between Indonesia and Vietnam. But obviously, of course, they are two different countries, although they are both located in Southeast Asia, but two different countries, two different cultures, you know, two different histories, you know. Yeah, so what can I say? The Vietnamese girls, they lose, you know, in my direct, quick analysis and comparison here, if you can call it an analysis at all, you know. I'm not saying Vietnamese girls are bad. No, I'm not saying that. Again, watch my videos I've done about Vietnamese dating. Vietnamese girls are good girls, plenty of them, most of them are good girls and worth dating also. And yeah, there are many guys who are dating Vietnamese women as we speak, who have dated Vietnamese women, and I'm also in touch with these guys, you know, they share their stories with me. We have guys who are married with Vietnamese women, we have people who are living inside Vietnam, happily married for many years. They say many good things about Vietnamese women. I also can confirm this. I have had relationships with Vietnamese women. I've dated them, and you know, of course it comes with challenges, you know, like for example the language and stuff. Yeah, talking about the language, if you want to play devil's advocate, you can say, yeah, what are you complaining about the Vietnamese girls and their low English level? The Indonesians also have low English level, right? Yeah, but you know, it's not only about the low English level. It's what I just mentioned at the beginning of this video. It's the different mentality, you know. Indonesian girls they have a completely different, I almost want to say temperament, you know. Okay, before I continue, so this is the Mike beach here in Da Nang, one of the most famous beaches in the world actually. Some of you might have been here already, know what I'm talking about. And so this beach stretches about like 50 kilometers in this direction there. But I'm gonna show you the other side here. I'm gonna go back now. So it's a very beautiful scenery here with the mountains in the back, you know. This is the, officially it's called the South China Sea, but for my Vietnamese friends I will say it is the East Sea. Yeah, the Vietnamese, they are very particular when it comes to these geographical descriptions, because the Vietnamese and the Chinese are not the best friends, you know. So anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, so the Vietnamese, when you date here in Vietnam, you know, the problem is the English level of the girls, you know. That's a challenge. I've talked about this in my dating videos with Vietnamese girls. It's a challenge. I remember one girl, we had to chat via Google Translate, and that really sucked because she couldn't speak any English at all. So how do you crack jokes? I mean, the communication is okay, you know, you use Google Translate, but you cannot be spontaneous. What about cracking jokes? So you have to crack the jokes via Google Translate. It really sucks, you know. Even she could laugh about my jokes, but it's not spontaneous, really. In Indonesia, it's similar again, but they have a different temperament, the women, and you get this positive vibe that they are interested in you, that they are curious, you know. And here in Vietnam, you know, you walk down the streets, even it is a tourist destination here, but you also can try this out. Go to any provincial city or place, town, village here in Vietnam. Nobody really is interested in you. The girls are not looking at you. maybe if you go to the deep province, you know, you end up in some village, yeah, some girls and maybe kids will stare at you because they haven't seen a foreigner in years, you know. But this is not the kind of interest I'm talking about here, you know. For those of you who have dated Indonesian girls, actually know what I'm talking about. So yeah, these are my thoughts, my quick thoughts here. Just wanted to share this with you. Again, I'm so happy that I don't need to date here or to need to look for a woman here, although they have beautiful, pretty, gorgeous, good girls here in Vietnam. There's no question about that. But there are plenty of other options as well. You know, other Westerners also talked about this in their videos. So you have options. You don't need to stick with Vietnam unless, I don't know, you are a Vietnam fetishist or something like that. I don't know. But there are other options out there. But I want to leave this video on a high note. You know, Vietnam is still a great place. It's certainly not the best place for dating, you know, especially when you are a Westerner. I don't know how it is with guys from Korea or Japan or other Southeast Asian countries or China. I think the Vietnamese, if at all they're interested to date Asian men, then for sure the Koreans are very popular or would be popular. This is what I can imagine. Japanese maybe, Singaporeans and the Chinese, but I don't think the Vietnamese go for Indonesian man, Malaysian man, Philippine man and stuff like that, you know. You can imagine why, right? Yeah, that's how it is, you know. But besides of that, the dating sucks, yeah, but the country is beautiful, as you can see. It's a great country, it's a beautiful country, and one of the really great things in Vietnam here is the infrastructure, I find, you know. You can live very cost effective here, yeah. They have yeah, the infrastructure is just great. They have plenty of hotels, apartments. There is an oversupply of accommodation here for a very affordable price. And these are not shitty places. These are really well maintained, functioning accommodations, clean, organized, functioning air conditioned, Wi-Fi, no cockroaches, you know, and very, very affordable. Yeah, you can, for a couple of $100 you can rent an apartment here for 1 month. Okay, of course, that's not going to be like a 5-star, 100 square meter apartment with a balcony overlooking the South China Sea style of thing. But depending on your needs, you can get very affordable, top quality, clean apartments. All inclusive, I mean, you know. Yeah, and then of course, yeah, low living costs, you know, affordable living costs. I'm saying this for my Western friends and colleagues, you know, because some Vietnamese might say, oh no, you know, how can you say that? How do you say Vietnam is so affordable? Yeah, if you live here in Vietnam, if you're a Vietnamese and earn a local salary, then the prices might not seem to be so affordable. But as a traveler, as a Westerner with a US dollar income, Vietnam is a very, very affordable place, you know, for holiday, for vacation, for traveling around, for a long stay. And also Vietnam offers 3 months visas, you know. This is also a good thing. Indonesia don't has that yet, you know. Indonesia offers, I mentioned this in my previous video, single entry visas valid for 1 month, which you can extend for another 30 days. But Vietnam offers, for example, 90-day visas, which allow you to stay 3 months inside the country, single entry and multiple entry. So with that being said, I'm checking out for today. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to your comments. Have you had experiences in dating Vietnamese women? Yes, no? Are you planning to date, meet them? What have your experiences been? Good, bad, ugly? Do you like Vietnamese girls? Do you hate them? What about Indonesian women? Or have you dated them both, Indonesian and Vietnamese women? What is your conclusion? What is your opinion about who is number one? Who is your favorite? Let me know. And I'm gonna see you in one of my next video. Take care, bye bye. Thanks for watching.